Hello, YouTube. This is No Tenant, and our special guest for introducing is.
Hello, everyone. I am your friendly neighborhood redhead, Harry Sandbrook, also known on the interwebs and YouTube as GingyReacts. And thank you, Noah, first of all, so much for having me on your show. I very much appreciate it. And welcome to my den. Um, my hacker den. I don't want to. I'm in my dorm room right now. It's kind of a mess, but that's neither here nor there. So Gingy Reacts is my current channel that I do, and on Gingy Reacts I do trailer reactions, movie reviews, sort of thing, which I'm trying to get into, but with college and stuff, it's kind of like a whole lot of stuff to do. But they are coming, and a lot of other very fun videos that just come up within my creative imagination. So recently I've done a lot of trailer edits. Recently I did a trailer edit for the Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning music to the Dune Part 2 trailers, which was a lot of fun, and I love doing the edits. It's probably my favorite edit that I've done. But I also do like vlogs and stuff. Like recently, me and my friend Evan did press for MegaCon, which was very fun. I did the vlog to the Royal Rumble recently too, but the channel was never always Ginger Reacts, and like me, it evolved and grew in immense proportions because when I first started doing YouTube, the YouTube channel was literally an Ironhead banner that I took off Google because I was like really nerdy. I think what I typed in was nerdy YouTube banners. And I tried every single one. They wouldn't work, but the Iron Man one worked. I was like, hey, you know what? We'll just go with it. A plethora of profile pictures. Um, I think the one that was around for a long time was Harry Potter holding a sonic screwdriver instead of a wand, and the Deathly Hollows that was made up of Gandalf's staff, the Master Sword, a wand, I think, the One Ring, and there was something else. And a lightsaber. And
Nice.
that was one. I thought that's like one of my favorite photos that I found. But the channel itself started off as a hobby. So I didn't really like pursue because now at the times when I pursue this is like something that I really want to do long term. The channel first started out as just something where I could share my love for fandoms and geekery and things that I loved when I was in middle school because I didn't really have a lot of people to share that love with. So I thought, oh, you know what, I'll do a couple fun videos. And the first two videos that I did were wrestling figure videos that were heavily inspired by another YouTube channel. That's pretty much what my channel was. And still because that's like what you do. You take inspiration from those around you in your creative spaces on the internet to put your own twist on it. And so it started out with those two videos, and then Nerd News happened, which happened after I watched an episode of Doctor Who with my parents in our house. I went upstairs, I got dressed up, and I was like, "Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Nerdinator, the Doctor Who Dini." Even saying that intro just makes me. A lot of my old videos are privated now, everybody, because Ginger Reacts is a more professional place than whatever the heck my younger self thought he was doing. Um,
Yeah, I do the same thing.
exactly, you understand. But I started doing Nerd News, and that was really fun because it was like a lot of research based. Recorded it on my laptop, I edited it, and then it blew up somehow. I even walked past one of my classrooms one day at school and saw people watching my videos on the big whiteboard TVs that they had, which was very fun. And I was like, "What are you guys doing?" I was like, "Watching your videos." Oh, thank you. But like I said, like taking inspiration, like that's where the channel didn't really have a set sort of thing for it. It was a multitude of different things piled in by one redhead with a dream. And so you had Nerd News, you had Nerf Reviews that was like inspired by Lord Draconical and Coop 772 at the time. Um you had the most random of videos, like me playing a fake guitar to the theme of Third Rock from the Sun, which was really bad because you can see me throw the remote away after I hit play. Ice Bucket Challenge. I did that when I hit a grand total of 6,000 views on the channel. But people really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And it's so interesting looking back to on all those videos when I was like a little tiny kid to where I am now and be like, how the heck did we get here? And then there was like Sandbrook specials, vlogs and field trips to like Las Vegas and Washington, D.C. And so there wasn't really a firm basis. It was just like a random concoction of things that I was just throwing out to the world, being like, watch me and enjoy my content and like, enjoy the things that I love, and I hopefully you guys enjoy them the same way that I do. And was doing that for a very long time. And then I started doing trailer reactions, but I was really bad at, because like with my growth, technology also grew, and there was all these new different fancy smancy editing files that came in. I was an iMovie person, so yeah, exactly. Like iMovie was the thing, and so iMovie was my primary thing that I used. It was like the easiest editing software that I knew how to do, but I didn't know how to do the what is it like the picture in picture. So when I first started doing trailer reactions, this was before I even put trailer reactions as a thing. It was like one of those like was it a trial run. So I did a trial run of like doing trailer reactions, and they didn't end up doing well, but it's just because I was not good at my job at the time. And so I set up my laptop on this shelf, and I literally like turned my head this way to watch the video. So that way you could like the person could see the video, but I like turned my head so I was watching the video instead of like picture in picture. So that was a trial run. I then started doing video edits. So I started with like 2 Doctor Who videos, and I really enjoyed doing those. I even have an idea of starting a new channel, which is primarily set towards video edits. I'm gonna probably call it Red Edits. Nice little play on words. Which is really stupid, but it's just really funny. And I started doing those when I was in Spain, England, because that was like at a time when I was there a lot. And I started doing those. The trailer reactions didn't end well, but the video edits did, and I started doing more of those. And then I did Spider-Man, Ash vs. Evil Dead, and like it's just there's something really different about editing a video that has your face in it. That's like very nice and simple. Like you'd be like, oh okay, but like you're talking, and then you can just put like a picture here, a picture there, versus a trailer edit, which is a lot of work to do, as the Dune one recently showed me, because I had to use footage from like 3 different Dune trailers and like put it over one piece of music. It's really fun because it's like not recontextualizing, but it's like it's your own version of something that's like, oh, this would get me so hyped if I saw this trailer or this character be like, oh wow, like the Spider-Man one, like I loved that one because it was it just got me hyped about not only Far From Home, but also just like my love for Spider-Man. Ash vs. Evil Dead was fun too because it was pretty much like a tribute to the Evil Dead franchise, which I loved, and that was like my first big franchise video that I did. I did one for my dad for his birthday because a couple of years ago he asked me to do calling all the heroes to Marvel, and I could not figure out how to do it. But that was because we're at a time when the Infinity Saga was not finished yet, and then I did, and then Infinity Saga finished, and then like last year I think it was, I managed to fully conclude because it was a lot of putting images to the lyrics. So you want to make sure that the lyrics match up. But then with Dune, you have the Mission Impossible trailer music, and you just want to make Dune look epic with the music. You know what I'm saying? Like it gets you hyped, and that I'm not gonna lie, I watched that my own video like 10 times, and I got so hyped I want to go see Dune again. It's that good, people. It's that good. But and I did it with Borderlands too. But that was because a lot of people didn't like the music choice for Borderlands trailer, and they wanted "Ain't No Rest for the Wicked," which is such a great song. And it was a great opening for the Borderlands 2. Um, Getting off track, but yeah. So the trailer edits was very early on, but I didn't really touch that. But then a couple years later, because I took a break. I did. It wasn't a couple of years, like a couple of months, but like a few years after, and a couple months break, I came back to do YouTube videos, and I was like, kind of want to change it up because I was like, I've been doing this for 9 years. I've been conglomerating all this stuff together, doing music, like music. Oh yeah, I did music too. I did a very fun Christmas song that I wrote in. I wrote, recorded, and edited in 24 hours, which was so fun. I did a video for a song every day, which was very fun, black and white, cool vibes with that one. But then I took a break because of college, and I didn't really have the creativeness within me to make anything. So I came back, and I was like, I want to change it up, but I don't know how. And at the time, like too, I was working with new programs, and then when I came, this was in July 2021, and this was the point where the channel became what it is, but I didn't know it yet. Trailer reactions became a very big staple of the channel. Nerd News made a triumphant return, but like in a different format. Because they are coming back. I promise, Noah. Noah, I know you love those videos so much. They're coming back, Noah. I promise. I have an idea for that when I get back and they might be coming back around August time. A very fun idea for that. But like Nerd News started being more of the thing. Um, I might look it up too because those are the videos that I haven't privated. Uh, um, Nerd News started becoming a thing. Um, Trailer reactions were on the rise. Trailer breakdowns too. I tried my hand at that, but I can see why people like Screen Crush and New Rockstars have a lot of people working on those videos because man, a trailer breakdown's really difficult to write and record within the period of like maintaining the hype of the trailer. And then trailer reactions who became more and more frequent, and those were the videos that people really liked watching. So then I think a year or two after that, I think it was actually the beginning of last year, but like a couple months before the beginning of last year, because that's when the rebrand happened. But a couple of months before that, I was like, okay, I want to rebrand the channel. I want to make it like a proper YouTube channel, not just my name, not just this random banner. I want to make this a proper YouTube channel because I'm old enough now. I've consumed so much content. I've made so much content. I should know how to be good at what I do and what I want to bring to people. And then it was just a case of coming up with the name. And since then, I've accumulated a lot of nicknames. No one knows this. In our friend group, I've accumulated a lot of nicknames over the years. But the most notable one for me at that time was Gingy. Because it was a nickname that one of my friends gave me back in sophomore year. It was like one of my favorite nicknames. And I pretty much did a list of all the nicknames that I had at that time and worked it with the word Reacts because, and I think Reacts was inspired by just all the YouTubers who had all these random React channels, like Mr. Beast. He has a React channel. The Sidemen Reacts, and so it's just like straight into the point. Like it's not like a complicated name or anything. And I found that Gingy worked well with that, so I made the logo, typed in GingyReacts, and then I published it. And then on the 1st of January 2023, I was like, welcome to GingyReacts. I made a banner head and everything. And I'm not going to lie, parents were not really a bit. My mum specifically was like, really? Did you? I was like, what? It's a cool name. It was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. I was very confident in it. I was very confident in it. And my mum was like, you're right. Love you, mum. But like, I could see why she didn't like it at the time. But like, ever since then, the channel, After the rebrand, the channel has grown exponentially. Obviously, I'm proud of the. Okay. Proud. I'm saying this before I say the sentence. Proud is a very broad term. Proud of the videos that came before the trailer reactions back way when 10 years now. Been doing this YouTube shtick, this gig. And I'm proud of the videos that came before because while they are privated, they're not gone. They're not like deleted forever off the YouTube. They're still there. And while they might get deleted one day, depending, it's great to have them still around because it's the evolution. It is the creative journey that I took from then to now. And it's also just a very fun little journey to be like, oh, like you record the first video I recorded, it was vertical. It was vertical like this. No, but that's not, you don't post vertical videos. This was before shorts.
I
Noah,
wish
this was
they told us that.
huh?
Like, I wish where they told us on YouTube, say, hey, don't film vertical.
Yeah, right. Like I don't know why my young self was like, "Oh, I'm gonna film this little video vertical." No, don't do it. And so filming vertical, really crappy quality of a photo booth iMac camera. That's what a lot of my videos were filmed on. But then to film like the evolution of the iMac to the iPhone to the next iPhone, because the camera quality kept getting better. To actually, it's right here on my desk. To now, which is the Sony ZV-1, which films very good high quality 4K videos, and I love so much. But of course, can't forget about the phone too. Um, like seeing that technological aspect, the editing too is crazy because now I have an intro. I have a proper intro now instead of just like me coming up with really bad puns like Doctor Houdini, although they're still fun to do. Um,
I
and
still gross like how you can see I did in this video. Now I have like a video I play before I say. It took
right,
me so long.
right. um, and like technologically too, like from an editing standpoint, like from the first video to the latest video, it's a creative evolution, a creative journey that I am so thankful I took because I could like while I feel like a lot of my old videos are cringe, not feel, definitely are, they're still part of my journey, they're still part of my evolution, they're still part of my growth. It's why now um I also have expanded into TikTok as well, and TikTok's a great platform too for expanding the love of fandoms. Like, I do movie reviews on there, not on my main channel. I do them on there because, like, I just because like they're more, you can do them more compact on TikTok. News videos are also fun to do on there, especially with me in my flash chair spinning around. Those are always fun videos to make. Um, Cosplays too, like doing cosplay videos is fun. No one knows this. Doing cosplay videos is great too. Um, and like I've started doing shorts. I never really got into shorts, posting shorts when like shorts was introduced on YouTube, but they were definitely a big help during when I started doing interviews. And that's another thing that I want to bring up too. Me and my friend Evan, we have a horror podcast, Horror Works. I'd never done a podcast before. Been doing YouTube at that point. I was doing YouTube for like 8 years. Never did a podcast before. Um, but like the more we did episodes, the more we got into a groove, and we actually managed to do interviews with a lot of great people. Currently, we've done interviews with Zoran Gavoyich of Dead Meat. We did one with James Jude Courtney, who was Michael Myers in the Blumhouse Halloween trilogy, and we also managed to do one with Keith David. And Shorts was very helpful there because it allowed us to make little segment things to show people and get them to go like, "Oh wow, that's really cool. I wonder what else," and like make them go to the main video. So I found the value of shorts through doing the interview stuff too. Um, but yeah, so and then I found this really funny too. Like when I this is like a fun little side story. I don't think Noah even knows this. So when I posted my channel update video a while back, I mentioned in the video. Oh, and thank you guys so much for getting me to 100,000 total views on the channel. It means a lot. I didn't know that when you fully private your videos, that number goes down. So currently, at like as well as the number of videos. So like the number of videos at the time before I private it was like over 300 videos. It currently sits now at 194 videos with 74,367. Like I lost, and I think before that it was like 60,000. So technically I lost like 40,000 views just by privating all those videos. And I'm like, oh man, now I gotta do some crazy stuff to get those 40,000 back. But no, like, you know, like the description says, welcome to GingyReacts, the home for trailer reactions, movie reviews, and so much more, hosted by your friendly neighborhood redhead. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and join me as we explore the fandom multiverse. And that's what we're doing, and that's what I've been doing, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. Because no matter where my career goes, whether I become a successful actor with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, or I'm mopping floors for the mouse, or whatever place I end up mopping floors at, maybe in my old high school. The one thing that I know is that I find joy and passion in content creating, no matter how big or small the channel is or how big it gets. Whether I'm like at 623 today, which is the current standing, or if I hit 1,000,000 tomorrow, which ain't gonna happen, but a ginger can dream. My love and passion for content creating is, while I do have those moments of like creative fatigue, I always manage to like find my way back, and I do have videos planned for the future. It's just the commitment of filming them. But college is also a big thing too, and I'm like always like college is like taking over my life, but I'm also nearly done with college, which is great. And I have a couple weeks before I start my job at the Disney College program, which is very exciting times. So while I might feel a bit of creative fatigue now, I know that when I start my job, I'm not going to have as much time to do content creating as I would usually. So definitely over those couple weeks before I start, I'm going to try and bang out as many videos as I can. And then if I run out of videos or can't do reactions, or I can't find the time or the space, I'll definitely scour around where I'm living to see if I can find like a good place to film stuff. But like getting videos filmed pre starting work and like editing them too and getting them on a flash drive, and then starting work, but also remembering that this was my first job. Technically, I don't get paid. Hopefully one day, but yeah, this was my first real job for me personally, and no matter where I end up, it'll always be that. It'll always be something I love doing. It is something that I'll continue to keep doing for as long as I can. And oh right, yeah. I'm also kind of a creator of an internet sensation. Forgot. I took one look at you and I was like, oh wait a minute, you wanted me to talk about that too.
Yeah.
Sprinkled in I just gave this very heartfelt monologue, and then I was like, oh wait, I forgot about to talk about one of the greatest things I've ever done. Sprinkled in there, and it's actually kind of fitting that the hacker room is green. Sprinkled in to that little loving journey of being a creative person is Gwen's sanity. No one knows this. Everyone in our friend group online knows this, but if you don't know that, it's basically one night we were all alive. Our friend Shortness cosplays, who is a great person. You're wonderful. Promise. I'm not going to embarrass you. She was watching The Amazing Spider-Man, and we got on the topic of like Gwen Stacy's death, and then I started making Gwen Stacy death jokes. and they just like like pop, 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 and I just kept making them to the point where it became a joke in our friend group, and apparently, according to Noah, across the states and the world, the joke that is Gwen Sanity, which is essentially in my headcanon, which I created, is like just not only jokes made about Gwen Stacy being killed by the Green Goblin, but also the sort of insanity that Peter Parker is led on after Gwen Stacy's death, and also the torment that the Green Goblin gives to Peter after. He jokes about killing one of his biggest loves, and it's turned into t-shirts and hoodies and sweatpants and a clock and other things. It has sparked a wrestling group called the Thwip Club among us, where our signature is "As we rise, she falls," and I think that kind of leads into like one of the final things I'll talk about, which is the community of content creation. When I was starting out doing YouTube, didn't really have a community of people. It was just me on my own doing it, along with my friends too, like real life friends. But having this community of people, like with Noah, like with all of our friends too, it's great because you have people who love the same thing as you, sharing the exact same things, and it's this really cool, tight group of people where you can like not be afraid to share what you love. And it's actually, I feel like it's actually kind of come full circle too, because I started out doing content creation because I wanted to share with people the things that I loved, and now I've come to the point where I have other people in my life who want to share those exact same things with me. So it's a nice little full circle moment that I've come to fully realize during this interview. But no, yeah, content creation, community, and the evolution and the creativity that comes with it. Those are some of the most important things that I've discovered and will continue to discover as I continue my journey through GingyReacts, Harry_Sambrick with two O's, 2 zeros in the name on TikTok, and whatever random channel I come up with next, because I dipped my toe into skit comedy too, and like that was fun. Urban entertainment. I might bring that back. We'll see. But it's definitely making sure that when you do this, you not only look towards the future, but you also remember the growth and the evolution, and like the people that have helped you along the way, and the people that have joined you along the way. And so I will keep remembering that and keep doing that as I continue doing what I do best, which is geeking out hard and driving my friends insane.
And guys, I can tell you from being on one of his friends' list, he does drive us insane.
I drive. Ooh, I make their lives hell. I make their lives hell, but I make it a good hell.
Yeah, damn it. That's what it is.
I make it good.
But before we end this, I want to say a few. One, is there anybody you want to nominate for the next video of Internet?
Well, I think it would only be fair because you had one side of Quinsanity, but you haven't heard the other. You haven't heard the other side. So I nominate with the fullest of chest. I nominate Shortness Cosplay to be interviewed next. As we rise, she falls.
And I can tell you guys, this isn't so natural to me now. I do it.
Yeah, right. Like it's like when I watch Dune. Like the one thing I cannot get out of my head from Dune is "May thy knife chip and shatter," and I'm like, that's the same vibes as we rise, she falls.
It's funny because Mr. Brightside, that song.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to it, I'm like doing this. And in the car when my uncle's playing, he's like, "What are you doing?" And that's when I.
I think like
But
if I told my parents and my family about going Sanity, they'd be like, "What are you on about?" They'd be like, "Mom, Dad, support me." It's like, "What are you on about? What did you do?"
was there any questions for me?
Ooh,
I'll let you have some questions for me because
mm.
do a question.
What is like, what's like your experience been with like content creation? Because like everyone's experience is like different.
Oh, mine was kind of like yours, but I had to delete a lot. I can tell you, I'll send it to you on DMs. But there's
Okay.
one video friend's YouTube channel, his first ever YouTube channel. It's me hitting him with a pillow because I did not like how he reacted to me making something out of Smash Bros.
Oh, I need to see that. I'm trying to think. Do I have anything like that?
It's 2008 Noah when he was still
Dang.
Noah when was still blonde hair, hitting people with pillows because Smash Bros. Was on the Wii.
See, like, I would. Oh man, I would love to see. I would love to go back in time and like give my younger self, like my younger self, a camera. Be like, okay, here you go. Film some stuff. Put it on here. I'll be back in like 10 years to pick it up, and then we'll see what you did, and then just like see what the heck my younger self would like post, like would film, because even back then I didn't have any grasp on any of that.
It would be cool to have like a TARDIS, for example, and just give him the modern smartphone and say,
I
"Hey,
want a
post
TARDIS,
that,"
right?
and see how they react to the new our technology these days.
I want a TARDIS. Oh, you mean I want a
Uh,
TARDIS now? I
I
really
think
want a
every
TARDIS. Everyone who watches Doctor Who wants TARDIS. All the Americans want a DeLorean or the phone box from Bill and Ted. I want a TARDIS. I wouldn't mind the other things, but I want a TARDIS.
I can tell you a fun fact before we end this as well.
Go for it.
When I was, I told him to say, I said I'm at Universal Doc Brown too. I told him to say how he asked me how I got here. I said from the TARDIS, and he's like, "You have a TARDIS?" And yay, TikTok.
No, that's
Yeah,
actually
I
real quick too. That reminds me of a funny story. When we went to Universal, we saw Doc Brown driving away on a Segway.
yes, I did too.
Yeah, but like my dad was like, "What's up, Doc Brown?" And then Doc Brown like turned around, looked at us, was like, he like waved at us as he was driving away on the Segway. Ugh.
It's weird to see that,
Right?
and I'm
It's
just
weird,
like, where's your flux capacitor on the
with
signal?
all the it's weird too, like with all the like modern sort of stuff, and then like you just see Doc Brown like walking around at Universal. Like, I missed that ride. I want that ride back.
Here,
I'm
how's this
saying,
sound? Position. We need to make a position. Me and you just bring the Back to the Future ride back.
yeah, we need a bit. I'm willing to bet. No, I'm willing to bet everyone at that time was making petitions for them to not close down Back to the Future. However, I will say, the Simpsons ride has one of my favorite Easter eggs of the entire park, which is the reason why the Back to the Future gets turned into Krusty Land, and it's because the scientist goes and runs over the person who was originally supposed to buy it, and then Doc Brown has no choice but to sell it to Krusty, and they get Christopher Lloyd to come back and do the voice.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it just makes it makes perfect sense that Simpsons and Back that just basically proves that Simpsons and Back to the Future are in the same universe.
And then, if you really want to think about it, Bill and Ted, and then now Doctor Who.
Ah, that would have
Now,
been. I want if Doctor Who was on at the time it was, along with Bill and Ted and Back to the Future. That triple crossover would have been the most insane thing ever. Like Keanu Reeves and Christopher Lloyd and whoever would have been the Doctor, Sylvester McCoy probably or Paul McGann.
it'll be between both of them.
Yeah, like I'd watch
Well,
that.
like I ask everybody, I say, if the comments ask, would you come back?
Oh yeah, heck yeah, I had a fun time.
Let's always have fun talking to you, Harry.
Yeah, exactly. It's always fun talking to this guy. by the way, people. And I hope you all enjoyed this British 6'4" redhead blabbering on. But yeah, no, I'd love to come back. This is always fun. I've never done one of these before. Usually it's me interviewing someone, but now like as soon as I was like, wow, this is actually really, now I can see why it's like really fun. But yeah,
It's
no, I had fun.
I tell you, I'll tell you all my stories after this.
I gotcha.
But
Yeah, no, I'd come back 100%. Thank you so much, Noah, for having me.
to say before you end it, your part.
Uh, subscribe to Ginger Reacts. Uh, as we rise, she falls, and this is your friendly neighborhood redhead Harry Sambrook signing off.
Well, this is no attendance enough, and I hope you guys have a great day. Flip
Have a
out.
great day, everybody. Flip out.
Greetings, my friends. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell icon on new video releases. If you'd like to support future videos, you can check out and purchase a t-shirt via Redbubble. Thanks for watching.